What's going on, Sell That SaaS family? We are back with another upload. I am in Steamboat, Colorado, and I may be uploading this video super late, and there's my beautiful wife, of course, wants always making an appearance. I've been really enjoying YouTube, and this video is about what I do when I travel for work immediately upon landing in the new city. So the reason I'm actually making this video is because I'm in Steamboat right now. You guys should kind of see how I'm setting up this camera. It's literally put on like a little microphone. I don't have my normal stand, but I did bring my microphone, and I'm committed to Monday, Wednesday, Friday uploads. And this video was inspired by me traveling to Steamboat, Colorado for my wife's best friend's wedding, and I felt terrible after a day of travel, not the best eating, not the best sleep, and I was just like, dang, I need to move around. So yesterday, and I'll put it up on the screen to show you guys proof, yesterday I got 30,000 steps. 30,000 steps. Now, every time I travel, I don't get 30,000 steps, but my wife and I were talking, our new goal for the rest of the summer is 20,000 steps every day for the rest of the summer. But to make it more practical and how you guys can use this for your day-to-day, whenever you travel for work, inflammation is naturally going to occur in the body. You're going to be out of your routine, you're going to be not around the food that you typically love, and there's going to be a lot of stress and pressure around performing in the new city that you're at. So whether it's for a conference or a client visit, you got to show up and you got to execute, and you're probably not going to be on the best sleep, you're probably going to be over caffeinated, you're probably going to just feel out of whack. And that's how I felt yesterday traveling. I haven't traveled in 4 months. So this is the first time I had traveled in 4 months. Prior to that, I was traveling probably every 6 weeks. So I was always on the road, doing a lot of amazing stuff. So in my role now, I travel a lot as it is. So, but I just say this because for me, walking is like a step one for getting in the right direction. Step one. For me, I recommend you guys, when you land in that new city, walk around at least 10,000 steps, at least. You're gonna feel more grounded, you're gonna feel more in touch with where you're at, you're gonna explore new cities, you're gonna see new things, you may even meet a cool friend if you're traveling, and maybe you bump into someone from the conference that you recognize, but you wouldn't have met them if you haven't gone outside. For me, it's more mental health rather than physical, but both actually are to my benefit when I go outside. So walking is step number one. That's what I'd recommend as soon as you guys travel. Just get touchdown off the flight, figure out ways to walk. You don't have to go on a crazy long walk outside like I did, but you can walk around the conference center. You can take a call with a friend and walk up and down the stairs in the hotel room. I know it sounds crazy, but you can do it. No one really cares, and you're being healthy. Second thing, try your best to go to a grocery store to get high protein food. So my wife and I have been eating out a lot, and this is a common theme across America. Every restaurant seems to put way too much salt and way too much oil on all the food. And for someone like myself, again, I am not, what's it called? A bodybuilder or anyone like super jacked, but I like to take care of myself. And even for someone who likes to take care of themselves, I find all the restaurants in America, for the most part, pretty inflammatory and upsetting on my skin, and I'm just not used to it. My wife and I cook olive oil only, maybe avocado oil, but truly it's single source, single origin avocado oil for all of our meals. My wife also makes fresh homemade sourdough. Like, everything is pretty much from scratch or organic. And so when I go out to the restaurants, they are not using that. It is seeming to be a further and further downhill on every time I go out to a restaurant. So the way to combat this, and I'd recommend, is for you to go ahead and go to a grocery store. And I'm gonna do a mic check real quick. I think my mic is giving me a little bit of some feedback. Let me go ahead and power this on. It's looking like it might be low battery here. Hold on one moment. All right, it's giving me the low battery signal, but it seems to be working just fine. But the second thing I was gonna say is go to a grocery store, get something high protein. So whether it's like chicken in a box, like roasted chicken that it's pulled apart, protein bars. Actually, protein bars are inflammatory, but if you're in a pinch, you're in a pinch. Chomp sticks, so chomped beef jerky, very clean way to get your protein. Stick to water and sparkling water. So I get like a case of Topo Chicos or a small case of water whenever I travel, just so it's always on hand. No alcohol when I travel because I'm already inflamed from traveling, so I don't want to increase it. So yeah, I would just say go to a grocery store, get something high protein, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, even like your local Walmart or something that's going to have pulled chicken. Yeah, it's not going to be organic, whatever. It's better than eating whatever is at the restaurant, I can tell you that. Third thing I would say is, there's a couple ways to go about this. I'm a Christian. In order to get my day started, I love to read the Bible. I love to pray to God. That really gets me going. So that's for me. But I would say more than that, it's being grateful. Well, not more than that. There's nothing more than, for me as a Christian, reading my Bible, praying to God, thanking the Lord for everything I have. And if you're not a Christian, I've talked about this before, right? I'd encourage you to message me if you wanted to be a Christian. Not that I'm trying to, go like, hey, conversion, whatever. But if you want to learn more about Jesus, I'd love to point you in the right direction, resources through my church, whatever it might be. But if you're not a Christian, you can still be in the attitude and the mentality of gratefulness. When you're grateful, it's really, really hard to be unhappy and uncontent. So the Spirit that Jesus gives us, right, the Holy Spirit, allows us to be content in all situations. And when you're traveling, it can be really easy to say, I miss my routine, I miss this, I miss my dog, I miss, whatever. For me, when I travel for work, I miss my wife, right? There's lots of things that are hard to do when you're traveling. You're just gonna miss things. But when you're in that attitude of, I am grateful to be here, I am grateful for this opportunity, I'm grateful for this company that sent me out here, I'm grateful for a new place to check out, and I'm grateful that I get to do this when people out here are really not doing well. You know what I mean? Like, this is not to promote like being in sales, like, oh, look at us, but we really have to be grateful here. The sales role in the profession of sales allows for higher earnings than most professions. And most professions are busting their back, working hard for their families. I have many family members who are not in sales, they're in manual labor jobs, and they're working really hard, and that's what they do. And it's, from a pay side, not as high as sales. So just realizing the position that God has put you in and saying, wow, these are the cards that God has dealt me with. I'm gonna play them, and they're the best cards they are because God gave them to me. So to wrap this video up, get the 10,000 steps, focus your best on just getting outside, resetting your body, resetting your mind. The second thing, go to a grocery store, get some high protein food. Don't rely on what the conference has. Don't rely on restaurants. You're gonna get even more inflamed and you're gonna even feel worse. And the third thing is be grateful for where you're at, the position God has you in. And my brother informed me that there's this new thing going. Actually, I'm sounding like a boomer. I turned 30 years old in like 2 days, but my brother informed me that there's Gen Z calls it luncheon YouTube. And I've always done that, but I didn't know it was like an actual term. So if you are on your lunch break and you're watching this video, please comment. Or if you're eating any type of food and you're watching this, comment, because that's hilarious. I do the same thing. My wife probably thinks it's very interesting, but I feel like guys in general, I don't know where this came from, but as soon as food comes on, as soon as food comes out, I'm like, turn on the YouTube. But it's YouTube specifically. It's not Instagram, it's not TikTok. I just want to watch something on YouTube. It's kind of weird. If you're watching this and you're doing lunch on YouTube, give me a comment, like, subscribe. Thanks guys, hope you enjoy this video. And again, this is hard right now. I'm traveling for a wedding and I'm still committed to that Monday, Wednesday, Friday uploads. I missed Wednesday's upload, so I uploaded on Thursday. I'm uploading, this may even come super late tonight. But I'm uploading and I'm being consistent. So